Hi guy, good morning to you. This morning I'm gonna talk about Jesus being a Muslim with reference to a book. So don't worry that I'm saying it from my head, but I'm referring to this book. And if you have this book, you look at chapter 17, page 18. Well, there are many things on this chapter. It also contains the sentence that appear in the canonical Bible, but it's not pure form. I'm going to read to you the pure form from this book and interpret it correctly, because you need to understand religion in order to interpret, like the word I am that which I am. So how you interpret it is very difficult, isn't it? But I can interpret it for you. And then there is God is good, without which there is no good. Okay, how to interpret it correctly. So you have many interpretation of it, and that kind of word is also appeared in your canonical Bible, but it shows evidence that the canonical Bible is only a copy of original, but in contaminated form, which if you cannot interpret correctly from the contaminated form of the sentence in the original. So I'm going to talk about it as well. So the evidence that Jesus is a Muslim is from the title in this chapter. So if I can read to you this title on this chapter. In this chapter is clearly perceived the unbelief of Christians. So the Christians don't believe what Jesus had been telling, and the true faith of Mu'min. So during Jesus' time, there were two parties. One party called Christian, which has nothing to do with Jesus, and the other party is called Mu'min. These are the party or group of Jesus called and his followers, so they call themselves Mu'min. So Mu'min, if you Google it in Google, it means faithful Muslim. So this is an evidence that Jesus is a Muslim. So maybe it scared you to the most, but nothing much I can do. It's better to scare you in this world than you live unscared in this world, because don't get trapped. The worst is to get trapped and to say to yourself, it's all lie. That is the worst thing can happen to you, is that before you die, you say it's all lie. That is already the saying of a despair person. So it is better to get scared and realize the truth, other than in the end of your life you saying it's all lie. So let me read this chapter. When Jesus had said this, Philip answered, "We are content to serve God, but we desire, however, to know God." For Isaiah the prophet said, "Verily thou art a hidden God." Okay. Thou art hidden God. So God cannot be seen. Cannot be seen. Even Moses wanted to see more God. He failed. So in this world you cannot see God, because God is the Creator. God can see you, not only see you physically, can see your heart, what your heart is talking. He can hear your heart. He knows everything. Everything. He can see even the atoms, the electron. God can see. So everything, all seeing, meaning that if you are a scientist, how small is the atom? How small is the photon? God can see, because God created all this out of His power. So He can see everything, all seeing. That's what God attribute is all seeing. He can see everything. So let me continue again. And we verify hidden God. And God said to Moses, actually this, God said to Moses, His servant, I am that which I am. So, guy, this word, I am what? I am something that I am. I don't know what is exactly wording in the canonical Bible, but I know it's contaminated copy. And the real copy of that is, God said to Moses, I am that which I am. So what it means by I am that which I am, what God means by that. Meaning that when God said, I am that which I am, meaning that God had not changed. God is ever existent. no beginning. God had not changed from the beginning. That's why God said, I am that which I am. So God had not gone, change. So don't believe God had Son. So in the beginning, only God exists. Why should he take a son? He had no son from the beginning. That's the reason why I say to believe Jesus, Son of God, is wrong. It's very wrong. It's not the belief of the true faith of Mu'min. So the meaning, I am that's why I am. God is fixed. God had changed. He is one and remain one. So that's what it means. And then Jesus answered Philip, God is good, without which there is no good. God is being without which know that it is. God is life, without which there is no that left. So that's the meaning. Maybe you can already know what it means when the word God is good. In your canonical Bible, there is also the sentence, God is good. Or Jesus said, only God is good. And Jesus said, I'm not good, only God is good. It's not the real sentence. It's very confusing sentence in the canonical Bible. But I read it again, what is the original? God is good, without which there is no good. So what does it mean? Meaning God is essential existence, ever exists. Only the only thing that can explain why we exist is because God exists. So that's what it means. So it's very clear when I read this. It's very clear what it means. So that's very important that you buy this book in order to understand your canonical Bible. You have to read this book, the original, then you understand. Otherwise, very confusing canonical Bible because it's contaminated book. So if you want pure book of the content of your canonical Bible, you have to get this. This book is also called the Gospel of Jesus. So thank you very much for being with me.